All right, the first thing we're going to do is look at China because that's the dark horse. Everybody's talking about China's military, and there are a lot of smoke and mirrors and sleight of hand by China, strategic apparatus that has everyone focusing on the red herring. But China's true objective that they're doing very, very successfully for world domination is economic because they have the numbers, they have the technology, and they have communism where the state has control of everything. So they will soon have a larger economy in the next 15 years or so. And so that's the angle that I would take if I was China, because you're just not going to conquer United States military, the whole world combined twice. Couldn't do that. So, but it's some interesting information. Now, let's get this right. Ghana is in for 100 million. Nigeria owes China 250 million. What is that? South Africa, 3 billion. And when you look at the role in China, since 2000, soon we'll have the technology to just pop the stuff up on the screen, but I wish you guys could see this. And basically, and those are the small numbers, but there's over $150 billion owed out to China alone, just in Central African countries. So clearly there is a concerted, conscious effort by China to take over Africa. And there is a list of 8 countries that China through, because what happens, right? Let's walk you through this. Let's say Angola. Angola owes 150 billion. So China's wanted to pay this to take over Angola for strategic and mineral reasons for 30 or 40 years. They just needed an in, right? So they'll give them $150 billion. We see the struggle of your people and we want to help you. And so let us give you this money, nigga. Knowing what these Africans are going to do. And true to form, every single time you have some African cat taking the money. Now, what happens when they take the money? Well, his family and he go on Instagram and brag about how much money they got. Instant billionaires. While the country starves, literally starves to death. This is a repetitive thing in all the countries of Africa. So it's not an anomaly. It's not an exception to the rule. Just like Trump. He isn't an isolated incident. 70 million people voted for this devil, right? So he's reflective of the collective. You understand? The same thing goes for these African demons. These crooked warlords aren't isolated incidents. These are reflective of the African people as a whole. There's just been too many of them in too many places over too long a period, too consistently to say otherwise. So what happens? Angola hypothetically owes China 150 billion. Okay, China 3 or 4 years into it says, okay, we need to call in that loan. They know Angola doesn't have $150 billion. That's why they gave them $150 billion to start with. It's called a debt trap. Angola can't pay. It says, well, you can liquidate some stuff, which